Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Maestro. It is the 19th of September 2017. Happens to be a Tuesday. Happens to be UN Tuesday. We'll see what Trump's remarks do to the markets. As of right now, markets are flat, as you can see, green to flat, flat to green. The Nikkei was up solidly, solidly. I mean, that's pretty solid, folks. Um, Now, I want to go ahead and I want to encourage all of you who happen to be believers that gold and silver are going to make a move. In fact, I would contend, I would contend that they're actually about to break out and break out handedly. I want to show you something. This is USERX. It's a mutual fund. I've been in USERX in and out. This happens to be about 60% of my retirement portfolio, which is a 403B. So I can only be in or out of mutual funds. But you're going to notice over here that the 50-day moving average is 6 cents away from the 200-day moving average. And by the way, this 200-day moving average is actually moving up. I want you to notice back here, beginning of 2016, okay, you had first the 20-day moving average moving up north through the 200-day moving average. Same thing occurs here. This 200-day moving average is slightly maybe moving upward, flat to moving upward when the 50-day moving average goes through. And you can tell what happened as a result. That was a 100% gain. And I happen to be in a large part of that move. The same is going to happen again, in my opinion. And I also, frankly, I believe this is worth at least a double again. Now that's the daily chart. Here's the US ERX weekly chart. And you can see also it is bullish. You can see that the 200-week average is now flat to moving upward. And you can see the 20 and the 50-week averages are also turning upward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, also look at the, if you look at the MACD, it's also moving upward. Let's go back to the MACD on, now there was a crossover. Sometimes that can happen. You'll notice that that happened back here. You notice that happened back here just prior to these big moves. So that's not uncommon with USERX. Let's move on and look at the gold chart currently right now. You'll notice that the gold chart moved out of its positive regression trend and moved into a negative regression trend. However, it's right at the means right now. A breakout would be going back above the 20-day moving average and breaking out of into the 1325 area. There is an overhead gap. It doesn't look like one here because this is the one-day view, but this definitely there is a gap here. And as you know, they need to be filled. Moving on, silver. Silver is underperforming behind gold. However, what I do like about the silver chart is that the 200-day moving average is holding, and that in fact, not only is it holding, but it still is turning upward. You can see this black line right here, this black dotted line that I've indicated for your viewing pleasure, and it's still moving upward. So that I expect that 200-day moving average to hold. That 50-day moving average is quickly ascending, and it's only 13 cents away from a golden cross. Bitcoin is off of its high of the session. It is still within its negative regression trend. Happens to be on the high end. I still am expecting it to move lower. Also, you'll notice the 20-day moving average is quickly descending. Now, fortunately for Bitcoin, the 50-day moving average is still actually moving upward. So we're going to watch Bitcoin over the next few days. It'll be very, very fascinating to see the strength and or the potential weakness of Bitcoin. Once again, this is GDXJ. This is the junior miners, and you must must be feeling pretty good about its impending move. And you have to compare it back to the beginning of 2016. You'll see the 20-day moving average, like USERX, went through the 200-day moving average, followed by the 50-day moving average. And then this is a massive move. I mean, that was a very, very large move. It was that was a 200% move, roughly. Will it happen again here? You can notice the 20-day moved up through the 200, and the 50-day is very, very close. In fact, the 50-day moving average is 60 cents away from the 200-day moving average. Where are the targets? You notice I've just simply have found resistance. And so where does that place resistance? I would suggest to you that there's a good double to be had, roughly a double, maybe 80% in GDXJ. Of course, if you're interested in finding one of those 3 times or 2 times vehicles, they're out there. JNUG and I forget the other one at the moment. Moving on, the dollar continues downward. There's no reprieve for the dollar, ladies and gentlemen. It is being held down, period. Or it's holding itself down. Or the massive amount of printing has just simply diluted the American currency, the world currency, so much so that there's no bounce whatsoever. Moving on, the gold-silver ratio. You can see right here, the former high, so far is holding as resistance. It'll be very fascinating to watch it as well. It is above its regression trend, however, that's not abnormal. That is not abnormal. So again, I think it is possible that this chart will roll over, which of course, when it goes down, metals go up. There it is, folks. Just a quick update on metals. And listen, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. I believe metals are about to make a big move. Good day.